Do you know why Europeans came to India and established colonies for hundreds of years? The main reason was the demand for spices in Europe. In the 14th century, Europe experienced a significant demand for spices. However, due to weather constraints, there was limited potential for cultivating spices within Europe. As a solution, Europeans began trading for spices from Asia, and the trade route extended through Central Asia to Europe. This demand for exotic spices played a crucial role in driving European exploration and colonization efforts in India and other parts of Asia. India is the most significant exporter of spices to Europe. Not only spices, but it also exports silk and diamonds. The Silk Road served as the primary route for trading between Asia and Europe, extending from China to Europe. During this period, silk trading thrived along this route, leading to its designation as the Silk Road. In 1453, the final crusade, known as the Battle of Faith, unfolded between the Islamic ruler, the Turkish leader Sultan Mehmed II, and the Byzantine Emperor Constantine X. Sultan Mehmed II emerged victorious, leading to the occupation of Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Following the conquest, Mustafa Kemal Pasha renamed the city Istanbul. It's important to note that a crusade refers to a religious war, typically between Muslims and Christians, and throughout history, there were a total of 3 major crusades. Sultan Mehmed II closed the trade routes between Europe and Asia in Central Asia. This development made it inevitable for Europeans to seek alternative maritime routes to India. On the other hand, in Europe, to promote sailing, King John III's son, Prince Henry, initiated schools dedicated to navigation. Prince Henry earned the epithet, the Navigator. In 1487, John II further encouraged sailors to embark on expeditions. Inspired by this call, a sailor named Bartholomew Diaz undertook a journey to discover sea routes to India. Following the coastal line of Africa, Diaz reached a headland where he encountered severe storms. The intensity of the storms made it impossible for him to proceed, compelling him to return home. In commemoration of the challenging conditions he faced, Diaz named the stormy location the Cape of Storms. Following Bartholomew Diaz's attempt, Christopher Columbus embarked on a quest to discover a sea route to India through the Atlantic Ocean. However, in 1492, Columbus inadvertently reached the Caribbean islands to the west. Mistakenly assuming these islands to be part of India, he named them the West Indies. It was later clarified by a sailor named Amerigo Vespucci that the lands Columbus had encountered were not India. Vespucci explored the same islands and affirmed that they constituted a new and previously unknown land. In recognition of Vespucci's contribution, the landmass was eventually named America after him. Following the encouragement from Portuguese King Manuel I in July 1497, Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama embarked on a quest to discover a sea route to India. Commencing his journey from Lisbon, he eventually reached the Cape of Good Hope, formerly known as the Cape of Storms. During his expedition, Vasco da Gama encountered Abdul Mazed, a local businessman, at the Cape of Good Hope. With Mazed's assistance, on May 17, 1498, da Gama reached Kapad, near Kozhikode, a part of the Kingdom of Calicut ruled by Zamorin, also known as Samuthiri Raja. The expedition comprised 4 ships and 170 men, with da Gama commanding the São Gabriel, accompanied by São Rafael, Berrio, and an unnamed supply ship. Despite the warm welcome and grand procession extended to the foreign visitors, the Zamorin was disappointed as he expected gold and silver from Vasco da Gama. During that era, it was customary for foreign sailors arriving in India to bring such gifts. Nevertheless, Zamorin, displaying hospitality, presented valuable gifts to Vasco da Gama and graciously sent him back to his homeland. Upon returning to Portugal, Vasco da Gama sold the received gifts and earned a profit 60 times greater than their original value. This successful venture marked a significant achievement in the exploration and trade between Portugal and India during the Age of Discovery. So, the Europeans, driven by the desire for spices and the need for alternate trade routes, successfully charted the seas to India, marking the beginning of a new era of exploration and interaction between East and West.